Hello there and welcome. I'm Ulbrugger, and in this video I will show you how to make some trees, or how I will make some trees, because I made these, or actually I attached them to a base plate last video, and look at this. They're just falling apart. I think I will give it some spray glue and see if I can save it. So this is one of the projects for today, and I don't like it. I think I can do better, and I will try to make my own trees. So why don't we get started? First, I will start with a simple task. I'll just spray some glue over the trees I already made. This is just water mixed with PVA glue, and then I just spray it on. I went out in my garden and found some suitable branches and cut them off so we can make some trees. I put all the branches in my oven and baked them at 100 Celsius for 30 minutes. I'm doing this so I'm sure that they are nice and dry and there won't be any bacteria inside, so they will rot. And while we are cooking the branches, I will go to my workshop and cut some base plates. This is a piece of 3mm MDF. They will be 10 by 10 centimeters, and then I will cut them down so they will be approximately 3 by 3 inches or 7.5 centimeters. On my bandsaw, I will cut off the corners and try to shape the base plates into a circular or more organic-like shape. And finally, I will smooth things out on my belt sander. I'll need some way to secure the branches on the base plate, so I decided to drill a hole in the middle and use a screw to attach the branch. And now the branches are done cooking, I can get on with the attachment. I will drill a hole in the bottom of the branch so it won't break when I try to screw it in. To give some of the trees more volume, I will use 2 branches and glue them together with some super glue. I will use this dark earth from AK to paint the base. This is a texture paint, and I will also paint the trunk so I will make it more bark-like. I let it set to dry overnight, and the day after I just use some more texture paint and shape it so it will look like roots. One more day to dry and it looked like this. Then I will trim down the tree to the right size and re-glue the cutoffs into a shape to give it some more volume. To hide all the gaps where I glued in other sticks, I will use the dark earth texture paint to hide the crimes. Then I will use some Halloween spider web. This is for later use when I'm going to attach some foam. I don't know if this will work. It's just an experiment, and I never tried to build trees before, so let's see if it works. I will use these dishwashing sponges. I will cut off the rough part, and then I will cut it into some big chunks. Then I will use a very thin solution of PVA glue and water. I will spray it all over the spiderweb, and then I will use the same solution and soak all the sponges into it. I started to fill in all the foam chunks and ended up putting another layer of spiderweb on top of it just to keep everything together. To get all the white off the spiderweb, I painted it with this dark green color. To give it a more tree-like effect, I used this moss foam from AK and sprayed some more glue on it. And finally, I sprinkled on some green leaves. I was running out of some basic materials I usually use, so I thought maybe this package of green tea could substitute for that. And I think it looks awesome, and it smells good too. Then I hit the bases with some thinned down glue and started to sprinkle on my basings, giving it some tufts and spraying some more glue on it. The trees are done, and to get back to these, this was the previous trees I made, or better, attach some bought trees to a base. After I spray glued them, I think it works perfectly, and then they are not messy anymore, and it has a more dense look, so I'm quite happy about them right now. I like them a lot more than I did before. I will definitely make a couple of these. I have a whole bag of them, so we can have a very big forest. But the new trees, I think they turned out okay. They're not perfect, and I'm not all happy about how they look, but they work, they're not messy, they're a bit bigger, and they have the right size to give some variety in in the forest. I think it turned out pretty good. Thank you so much for watching this to the end. I really appreciate you being here as always. And I have some more things to build for this setup. So stay tuned and I'll be back in next week. Goodbye for now.